Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about dialing, which is one of, if not the most important thing that you'll do as an agent. So there's a few things that I want to go over to help you remember the right mindset, the right tonality, and some other things that are going to make or break you as a really good dialer, because it's important that you get this skill down. So first of all, the first thing to remember is the mindset. When you dial, you want to talk slower and lower than you normally would. So when I dial, I want to have the image that I'm a cubicle worker and I can't wait till 5 o'clock so I can get off of work and go home. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but it's the opposite of a salesperson. And the last thing you want to be thought of when you're calling a prospect is a salesperson. You do not want them associating you with a salesperson. So keeping that mindset in that you're just there to do your job, you're just there to show up, I'm just kind of here to see if I can help you, okay? When you see the sample dial sessions, you'll see lower and slower tonality to help break you from the mold of being a salesperson. The second thing is protecting your dial time at all costs. Dialing is the most important way that you'll use your time as an agent, because if you don't dial, you don't set appointments. I don't know anybody yet that has people coming to them scheduling themselves. Okay, we have to call and schedule those appointments. If you don't have appointments, you don't have production, and you really don't have a business. Everything starts with dialing. Now, when I say dialing, I also include texting and reaching out by social, not social media, but direct mail, emailing, however you could reach out to family and friends. Usually, I'd say calling is the number one skill. So if I'm reaching out, I'm going to be like dial, 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 maybe a text. Dial, 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 and then a text. And I just go through with a stack of leads, and I'll call. The next day, I'll call again who I didn't get through. And the next day, or even that same afternoon, I'll call again, or I'll text if I haven't. But I kind of rotate through. But most of what I'm doing is calling. So we call it dialing. But you protect your schedule at all costs. So if I say, I'm going to dial from 8 to 11 in the morning, and there's an interruption that's tempting me to stop what I'm doing and do the interruption, like if it's social media or if it's a phone ringing or someone knocking at the door. We work from home, so interruptions can come from every direction. We protect our dial time at all costs because that is the lifeblood of your business. So if your boss told you had to be at work and you had somebody, come to the door or a delivery or something, you wouldn't tell your boss, well, I can't go in because, I've got to take care of this delivery or somebody showed up at my door. Well, that'd be a ridiculous excuse. You show up. Why? Because it's your job and you're going to get fired if you don't show up. Well, here, nobody's firing you if you don't show up. You have to hold yourself accountable. It's part of ownership, which is one of our key values, and it's part of you being the CEO of your own business. You've got to hold yourself accountable to your schedule. So when we block off, and we help you as your coach, block off your dial time, commit to that above all else, because that's what's really going to feed the rest of your business. The third thing to remember is a lead is a lead. A lead is simply an opportunity to talk to somebody. And when you get good at dialing, you can get good at finding a need that will help them want to schedule you on their calendar. So that's really what dialing is. Dialing is not for us to answer questions. It's not for us to go through underwriting with them. It's really for us to help identify that there's a need. And usually it's because they asked, and so we're just setting up an appointment. But some people are confused about that. And so we're doing whatever we can do to get on their calendar so that we can then have the time to go through things in more detail on an appointment. So a lead is a lead, and it's simply an opportunity which could turn into a mortgage protection sale, final expense sale, could turn into an annuity, an IUL, a debt-free for life, infinite banking, could turn into any number of different things that you'll learn as we go. Your first dial session, I'm going to end with this. Get a nice, big, healthy stack of leads. Sit down, block off your calendar, let your wife and kids know, please don't interrupt me. Okay, and make it a marathon. Don't overthink anything. Don't bounce around to different trainings. Get in, track your numbers, and just call one right after the other. I want you to double or triple dial. And if they don't answer, you can feel free to send texts. I usually don't recommend leaving a lot of voicemails at first. Just get through a lot of phone numbers and see what you can do to the ones that pick up. Track your numbers, get back to your manager, and share what you did. here's who I called, here's how many picked up, and here's how many I booked, and we'll go from there and kind of build out your game plan. But don't overthink things. It's unemotional at this point. We're just trying to find people who are going to say yes, and we're not going to pay attention to the ones that say no. So good luck, go to work. Remember, activity conquers everything. So focus on that, and we'll see you at the top.